Aloha, this is Elizabeth and Merlin, the big black cat, and we wish to introduce ourselves, or at least I do, and give you a little bit of information about Lotus Petals, a wake-up call. It is a trilogy. It is a short first book, but compact with information. It was inspired by the false alarm that we all got here in Hawaii in January of 18. Really made you think a lot, or made me think a lot of consciousness and how the truth really is perceived by the witness. I'm thinking really that I don't know if it's a multiverse out there. I feel from some personal exploration and journeying that I've done, not only with the use of entheogens, but just through meditation and some astral travel. And so from my perception, multiverse is quite real. But I do understand that that is not the everyday reality for everyone. This is written as a science fiction novel. My greatest hope is that one, it'll provide a little bit of enjoyment, because there's nothing I love more to do than to sit down and read a book, and I can never get enough of it, and I never have enough time for it. But anyway, would like to read a little excerpt perhaps so you can sort of see my style of writing. It's done a lot with a lot of dialogue, so it moves pretty quickly usually. So here we go. Davis grabs Merlin, who was in his usual morning spot on the front lanai, basking in the sun. "Sorry, but that is the last of the sun for you," he gently tells his cat. With the large black cat in one arm, he pulls open the steel door and slips into the bunker. The black cat closes his eyes and travels into another dimension to reconnect with Beth, his previous caretaker, who named him after the Archangel Merlin. The cat loathes hot and muggy Honolulu and wishes he could be back in the serene woods of Oregon, or better yet, home on the star system Sirius. But he knows he must help Davis first. Merlin is being urged by Beth in the other realms to call in the neighbor Lotus. Beth reveals to Merlin that Lotus has a pivotal role to play. No sooner has Davis gotten the door bolted shut than he hears a pounding. Who on earth can that be, he wonders. He ignores it, but whoever is knocking is persistent. "Can I come in?" Davis recognizes the voice of a teenage girl who lives in the house next door. He remains silent. She continues to pound on the door. "Davis, I've seen you go into that bungalow with supplies. I know what it is." She pauses and waits for a reply. When she doesn't get one, she pleads one last time. "I got the text to take cover. I didn't know where else to go. Please let me in." "There isn't much time," he shouts back. "You need to get with your mother." "My mom went to the Big Island this morning. I don't want to be alone," she responds. Well, I do, Davis thinks, but he isn't quite shameless enough to say it. Davis looks at his watch. There are only a few minutes before the missile might hit. He takes a deep breath, picks Merlin up to make sure he doesn't bolt, and quickly pushes the girl into the room. "Look, I don't want to be locked in this room with you any more than you want me here, but I also don't want to die alone," the girl says, feeling his anxiety. Davis looks at the young girl. She is holding a 5-gallon jug of water and carrying a large backpack. "Don't worry, I brought my supplies," she says matter-of-factly. Davis is indeed worried about his supplies. So again, it's a very unlikely two people, a middle-aged survivalist with lots and lots of fear, and a very hopeful teenager named Lotus by her yoga, spiritually minded mother. And so it's interesting how they get to know each other within the bungalow, and some of the other characters that come in through the stories and are more in-depth described through other realities. And so I really hope that you enjoy it if you decide to pick it up. And I wish you all the best. Peace, 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 peace.